Hey everyone, this is Jerry Jones, also known as the Wi-Fi guy. Today I'm going to do a quick video on a topic that is a concern for anyone who's struggling with expanding their Wi-Fi capabilities. This question is really a lot like comparing apples to oranges. The two are completely different things, but they can be used to accomplish the same thing, extending your Wi-Fi range. The question is, which is better? Well, that really depends on your situation. So I'm going to go through the pros and cons of each to help you decide which is best for your situation. Extenders are usually more budget friendly than mesh. They're usually easy to set up, and all they really require is an additional electric outlet to get them to work. They work by extending the range of your wireless router to areas of the house with no or low coverage. So here we have the wireless router, and its range only covers this area. This laptop is kind of hurting for Wi-Fi. So what we do is we take the extender, put it on the edge of the wireless router's coverage, and kind of throw some of the extra Wi-Fi out to the area that needs it. If you only have one or two devices in a corner of the home, it's a great solution. The problem is this laptop is now relying on an extender which is doing double duty. The laptop is now a client to the extender, which is also a client to the wireless router. So every time the laptop wants something, it has to wait for the extender to go back here and fetch it from the wireless router. And this can result in cutting your bandwidth by almost a half. So this is not a good solution if you have a lot of devices that need coverage. The other problem is the extender is usually not an extension of the same network. It's actually a different network which has a different SSID and a different password. Meaning that if you have a device over here, such as a phone, and you're walking around over here on this wireless router's network, and then you go over to here with that phone, it's not going to automatically pick up the extender's Wi-Fi. You're going to have to log off of this network and then log on to this one. Okay, so now let's take a look at mesh. Generally speaking, mesh is usually more expensive than extenders and a little bit more complicated to set up. There's a setup process that involves using a phone, logging onto a remote website, and positioning all these nodes just perfectly. The thing about mesh is you don't have the slowdown from device to device that you do with extenders. Mesh usually has a third band that is used to communicate between all these things, and that extra band prevents each node from being dragged down from double duty like the extender. The other thing about mesh is you're usually connected with one big network, one big SSID, and they all share the same password. Meaning you can walk from over here to over here and never have to disconnect and reconnect. So let's look at the advantages and disadvantages of each. With extenders, they're more affordable. They're easier to set up, they're flexible, and they work with just about any wireless router. The disadvantages of extenders is you lose speed, you lose bandwidth. The range is limited on these things, and as we mentioned, you don't have seamless roaming like you do with mesh. The advantages of mesh, as we mentioned, are the seamless coverage. Something that I did not mention is they are self-healing, that if one node goes down, the other nodes will realize this and kind of fix themselves. Once you have your mesh system set up, it's easy to expand. If you find you need some coverage in another area or an upstairs or downstairs, you can easily just add another node using the handy-dandy app on your phone. Another interesting thing about mesh is smart routing, meaning it can sort of triangulate your location and determine which route is the fastest and best for you wherever you are in the home. And of course, the disadvantage of mesh is the cost. Some of these things can get way up there in terms of price. But then there are others like the Deco Mesh system, which I have a link to below, which are actually quite affordable. Complex setup. Well, that's kind of debatable. I have a video that shows how to set these things up, and you might be surprised how easy it can be. And there are Wi-Fi extenders out there which will throw you for a loop. So it really kind of depends on what you get. So the determining factor in all this, once you get past money, is what do you really need? What is your situation? If you have a large home with a lot of devices, you don't want to create a patchwork system of extenders, okay? Because you're just causing problems for yourself. In the corners of the house that have these devices, you're going to be getting a slower connection, and you're going to have to switch back and forth from network to network as you roam through the house. On the flip side, if you already have all the coverage you need in most of your home, but there's a little nook or a cranny in your house that needs a little bit more Wi-Fi coverage, you don't need to spend all your money on mesh. Just get yourself an extender. But I wouldn't go too crazy with extenders, because if you start putting 2 or 3 extenders throughout your home, you might as well just get a mesh system. So it really depends on what exactly it is you're trying to do. You'll find links in the description below which have 10 of the best mesh Wi-Fi systems and best extender systems. Now, I've set up a lot of wireless networks for myself and other people. And while I'm at work, I troubleshoot wireless and wired networks. And I can tell you there is a wide range of the types of people I have to deal with on a daily basis. There are people out there who don't want to know anything about what's going on. They just want it to work and they want someone to fix it for them. Then there are other people who kind of take part in the process of troubleshooting what the situation is. And those are the people who I like to work with because they are willing to learn and they're curious and they want to be more independent, so when the problem happens next time, they can probably figure it out for themselves. Now, I can tell you, being an IT guy requires a lot of specialized knowledge. However, simply troubleshooting a home network in terms of connectivity and the basics of what's working and what's not working and what do we need to fix is not hard. And I've come across a lot of people who would like to know more about it, which is why I created a very inexpensive course on how to troubleshoot your home network without taking a big, expensive IT course. You might also want to check that out in the description below. Once again, if you found value in this video, please do the YouTube doinky doink to keep me and my videos from disappearing into the emptiness of the internet.